Okay, dear students, we are in MCOM class, MCOM first year, first semester. I am teaching you business environment. This is the syllabus actually. Our subject is divided into 5 units. First unit, second unit, third unit, fourth and fifth units. So I will try to conclude our first unit in 10 minutes because already I explained all the contents in physical classes. Just I will go through the contents. See, these are the concepts that we have to learn in first unit. What is business environment? Significance of business environment, types of business environment, internal and external environment, micro and macro environment, environmental analysis stages, approaches, techniques of environmental analysis, steps, types and techniques of environmental forecasting, benefits and limitations. These are the topics that we have to discuss in this class, in this first unit. Now you can see what do you mean by environment? What is environment, Sirisha? So environment is nothing but, in a simple terms, it refers to surroundings or external agents or influences or circumstances under which an organization has to work with reference to business environment. Environment means the surrounding. Business environment means the sum total of all individuals, institutions, and other forces that have a control on the business organization. That is what we mean by saying business environment. So all those factors which are going to influence a business organization in the society, all those factors are part and parcel of business environment. That is what we mean by saying business environment. Okay. So coming to this features of business environment. See, these are the features of business environment. Surrounding situations, whatever that is surrounding a business organization, it may be political factor, it may be technological factor, economic factor, social and cultural factors, all those factors which are surrounding a business organization, all are part and parcel of business environment. And business environment is complex. Complex means which is very difficult to understand. It is not simple. It is very difficult to understand. So environment is dynamic. Dynamic means always changing. There will be uncertainty, means not sure what happens in the future. So totality of external forces, all the external forces will be included in the business environment. And relativity means one country's situation will be different from that of another country. One place situation will be different from that of another place. That is what you mean by saying relativity. So business environment is a relative concept. In one country, in one region, it is easy to carry out business operations. Whereas in other country, in other region, it may be relatively easy for the organization to carry out its activities. That is what you mean by saying relativity. In one religion, it may be in one region, it will be difficult. In other region, it will be very easy to carry out. So interrelatedness, see, all factors which have an influence on the business organization are interrelated. Means one is closely related with other factor of environment. That is what you mean by saying interrelatedness. Then coming to next, importance of business environment. Why we have to study business environment? See, to identify opportunities in the market, you have to study business environment. To identify threats in the market, you have to study business environment. It will help you in coping with rapid changes, great changes. If you want to face, if you want to withstand those changes, if you want to cope up with those changes, you have to study business environment. So it assists in planning and policy formulation, business environment. Then it helps in improving your performance. In order to improve your performance, we have to study business environment. Okay. Then business environment is broadly divided into two types: internal environment and external environment. So internal environment is very near to business organization and which has an influence on the business organization. Whereas external environment, it is situated at a distant place, but still it has an influence on the business organization. See, these are the factors in internal environment: firm's business strategy, firm structure, human resource capability, financial capability, marketing capability, operating capability, technical capability, internal powers and relationship capability, the value system of the organization. All those can be controlled by the organization, which can be controlled by the organization internally. Whereas external environment, it is out of the control of the organization. Organization cannot control it. External environment cannot be controlled, but it will have an influence on the organization. Okay. Then external environment is further divided into two types: micro environment and macro environment. Yes, what is micro? Yes, what is micro? What do you mean by micro? Sirisha, what is micro? Up to your 10th class, you must have done your experiments with a microscope. What is microscope? What is micro? Micro means what? Yes, any idea? Yes, Sirisha, any idea of micro? What is the meaning of micro? Micro means very small.
చిన్నది సార్.
Okay. Micro means very small. Very good. Very small. So that is why up to 10th class, when you have studied 10th class, in your 10th class, you used a microscope to view objects which are very small.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
micro environment is very immediate to the organization and which has an influence on the organization. Those influencing factors are suppliers, customers, competitors, and market intermediaries and public. These are very near to the organization, yet whatever they do, they will be of immediate impact on the organization, but they cannot be controlled by the organization. Please remember, internal environment can be controlled by the organization. They are under the control of the management of the organization, but external environment you cannot control. Organization cannot control these factors, but they have an influence. So these external environmental factors are further divided into two categories: micro environment and macro environment. Micro is very near to the organization, yet please remember, these cannot be controlled by the organization. Organization cannot control its suppliers. Organization cannot control its customers. Organization cannot control its competitors or intermediaries, or public cannot be controlled by the organization. Yes, did you understand? Yes, Sirisha, did you understand? Yes. Sirisha, are you listening? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, right. Now, next one, macro environment. So, macro environment, these are the factors, these are the components of macro environment, like economic environment, demographic environment. Demography means characteristic features of population, like age, like their income levels, like rural urbanization, how many belong to rural areas, how many belong to urban areas, how many males are there, how many females are there, what religion they belong to, what caste they belong to, like characteristic features of population. And political and legal environment, social and cultural environment, technological environment, and natural environment. Natural environment means relating to like weather, atmosphere. They cannot be controlled. All these factors cannot be controlled, but organization has to face all these environmental factors, and it has to survive in order to continue the business. Okay. Now see, so micro environment, see, consists of factors in the company's immediate environment, that is very near, they are very near to the organization, which cannot be controlled. So these are the factors: competitors, customers, suppliers, intermediaries, the public. See, public is divided into this many categories. You can see financial public. Financial public means banks, stockbrokers, financial institutions. Media public, like newspapers, magazines. Government public, government departments. Citizen action public means customer organizations, environmental groups, local public, neighborhood residents, community groups, general public, that is public opinion, public image, or other public. Then internal public means workers, officers, board of directors. So these are the components of micro environment. They are of immediate, they are in the immediate environment of organization, which have an effect on the performance of the business organization. Okay. So coming to macro environment, these are 6 factors: economic factor, demographic, political environment and legal environment, social and cultural, technological and natural environment. Okay. Then environmental analysis. See, analysis, what do you mean by analysis? Analysis is nothing but critical examination. When you are analyzing, you are critically examining how a particular thing is affecting, how a particular thing is influencing. So now environmental analysis means you are going to examine the factors which are influencing the business organization. Okay. So these are the characteristic features of environmental analysis. It is a continuous process. Every day you have to analyze the environment. It is exploratory process. Exploratory means you will try to explore new things. It is holistic exercise. Holistic means the total, all components you are going to examine. It is a dynamic process. Dynamic means every day changing. Environment will be changing every day. So these are the characteristic features of environmental analysis. Okay. So these are the objectives of environmental analysis. Why you analyze the environment? So in order to understand the environment, you have to analyze. In order to find out a relationship between input and output, you have to analyze. You have to formulate appropriate strategy, you have to analyze. To predict, to estimate future developments, you have to analyze the current environment. You have to use the resources. If you have to use the resources in a best way possible, you have to analyze the environment. So these are the main objectives. These are some other objectives. To keep oneself dynamic in the management of the organization, you have to analyze. To understand the transformations in the industrial environment, you have to analyze. To develop the action plans to deal with the technological changes, you have to analyze. To diversify the business in new areas, means if you want to enter your business into new area, if you want to take your business into new areas, you have to analyze environment. For all these reasons, you are going to analyze. These are the objectives of environmental analysis. Then stages of environmental analysis. There are 4 stages of environmental analysis. You are going to scan the environment. You are going to monitor the environment trends, and you are going to forecast. You means you are going to estimate in which direction the environment is going to change, and you are going to assess the current and future environmental changes for their impact on the organization. These are the 4 stages of environmental analysis. Yes, are you able to understand, Sirisha? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, there are 3 main approaches in environmental analysis. One is systematic approach, one is ad hoc approach, and processed form approach. So systematic approach means everything will be done systematically, means everything will be done scientifically. Okay. Then ad hoc approach means, ad hoc means a temporary basis. Nothing systematically will be done, only temporary. From day to day basis, you are going to observe. That's all. There are no established systems to analyze environment. Then processed form approach. So here you are going to analyze the environment from both inside and outside area sources of the business organization. I mean, from insiders, your employees, from your employees, you will gather information. From your low level workers, you are going to gather information. From your daily laborers, you are going to find out information. From your customers, you are going to find out information about environmental changes. From your directors, you are going to collect information. Outside means from outside world, you read newspaper, you open news channels, you observe how political situations are changing, how economic situations are changing, how technological factors are changing. Likewise, you are going to process the information and you are going to analyze environment accordingly. So these are the 3 approaches to environmental analysis. Okay. Coming to next topic, that is techniques of environmental analysis. These are the 4 techniques of environmental analysis. See, SWOT analysis. See, SWOT means we have to remember S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunity, T stands for threat. I am repeating, S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunity, T stands for threat. So every organization, any organization will have its own strengths, will have its weaknesses, will have its opportunities, will have its threats. So an organization has to analyze its SWOT, means what are its strengths, what are its weaknesses, what are its opportunities, what are its threats. They have to analyze. See, always you have to remember, for internal factors, you will have strengths and weaknesses. With reference to internal factors, you will have strength and weakness. With your external factors, we have opportunities and threats. These cannot be controlled, whereas these are internal factors, you can control them. These are part and parcel of micro environment. These are part and parcel of internal environment. You can control them. Not micro, they are part and parcel of internal environment. You can control them. Your strength you can control, your weakness you can overcome the weakness, but opportunities you cannot control. You can create opportunity, but you cannot control all together. Threats, you have to face threats in the market. You cannot control threats, but you should face threats. You cannot control them. Yes, is it clear? Yes, in examination you have to draw this. What is SWOT analysis means? You have to write this strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. You have to write and you have to draw the diagram. Then ETOP analysis. Second one is ETOP analysis. ETOP analysis means environment impact matrix. So these steps will be followed. In this analysis, you are going to carry out, you are going to examine the environmental factors, the importance of environmental factors you are going to assess. You are going to assess the impact factors also, and you are going to combine importance and impact factors. These are the 4 steps in ETOP analysis, that is environmental impact matrix. Means for each environmental factor, you are going to give one factor, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, based on its importance. You are going to attach certain factor, certain calculating factor you are going to attach to it, and you are going to combine both importance and impact factors. You are going to mix up, and you are going to study the impact of environment on the organization. That is what you mean by saying ETOP analysis, environmental impact matrix. It means, okay, ETOP stands for environmental threat and opportunity profile. Environmental threat and opportunity profile. ETOP, environmental threat and opportunity profile. It is also known as environmental impact matrix. Okay. Now next one is, third one is the pest analysis. Pest analysis stands for, P stands for, it is full form, that is abbreviation. Pest means, P stands for political, E stands for economic, S stands for social, and T stands for technological. So these are the factors, these are the macro factors which have an influence on the organization. Political factors, see, within 1 year, within 6 months, we will face elections at the state level as well as central level. Let us take, for example, government may change. We have to observe the government, that is political factor. Economic factors, see, every day if you listen to news, stock exchange, in stock exchange news will come, whether BSE index, NSE index is increasing or falling, is it raising or falling, they will be discussed. You have to follow how our economy is going. So social factors, how value system is going on, how family structures are there, what the kinds of local festivals are being taken up. So all these factors you have to analyze. Then technological factors, see, technology is changing very rapidly. If you do not change according to the technique, according to the technology, you will fall behind in the market. So all these we have to observe. This approach is known as pest analysis. Political, economic, social, and technological analysis. Okay. Now come to next. See, another one is also there. PESIL, just extension of pest is PESIL. PESIL analysis. Political factors, economic factors, socio-cultural factors, technological factors. L stands for legal factors and E stands for environmental factors. This is another approach. So, so what we discussed? SWOT analysis we discussed, ETOP analysis we discussed, pest analysis we discussed, and then PESIL analysis. And next one is also there. See, Porter's 5 forces model is also there. Porter is a business tycoon, means he, not exactly business tycoon, he mentioned about 5 important forces which have an influence on the organization. Okay. These forces are, you can see competition in the industry. It has an influence on the organization. The potential new entrants into the industry. See, it is not that always old people only stay in the market. New entrants may enter into the market to capture the market. So you have to face that competition. Then you have suppliers, power of suppliers, then power of customers, then substitute products. Threat of substitute products always going to be there. What do you mean by substitute product? Can you give an example? Anybody in the class? Sirisha or Srividya? Can you give an example for substitute product?
Sir.
Yes, yes. Give an example for it. Can you give?
No, sir.
Okay, I will give. See, tea is a substitute for coffee.
Okay, sir.
Suppose I am engaged in a hotel industry. I am offering only tea. Tea cup is 10 rupees. But a new competitor enters into the market with this substitute product, coffee. He will offer coffee for only 8 rupees. Then I have to close my tea stall. Is it clear? Did you understand? That is a substitute.
Understand.
That is substitute. So Porter has identified 5 forces which have an influence on the organization. That is competition in the industry. You have to face competition in the industry. Then new entrants may enter into the market at any point of time. Then suppliers have an influence. Customers have an influence. Then substitute products. We have to closely watch substitutes. So these are the 5 factors which have an influence on the organization according to Porter. Okay, is it clear to you? So these are the techniques of environmental analysis. I am repeating. See, SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. ETOP analysis means environmental threat and opportunity. Just a minute. Environmental threat and opportunity and profile. P stands for profile. Okay. Then PESIL analysis. See, PESIL analysis. I have mentioned it in 2 forms. Pest analysis stands for political, economic, social, and technological. And extension of this pest is PESIL. Political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. Then Porter's 5 forces model. These are the 4 techniques of environmental analysis. Yes, is it clear to you? Yes, did you understand? See, now come to steps in environmental analysis. These are the various steps in environmental analysis. They are mainly divided into 8 steps. You see, you have to identify the purpose and the need of the proposed action. With what purpose you are analyzing environment, you have to understand. You have to understand various issues, opportunities, and effects of the proposed action. You have to collect data. You have to understand its flow and complete the feasibility study. Feasibility means whether it is profitable to you or not to enter into the market. Whether it is possible for you to continue in the market or not. Likewise, feasible means whether it is financially viable, whether you will get good merit in the market or not. So you have to design alternative action plans. Alternative means See, if I just now I mentioned, no, if just like substitute, if you fail in tea production, if you fail to offer tea, you should be ready to enter into coffee market also, just like that. So alternatives should be there. You action plan 1, action plan 2, action plan 3, action plan 4. If 1 and 2 and 3 fail, fourth you should take up. That is alternate. You should be ready with your action plan. Okay, that is alternative action plan. And you have to evaluate your effects. That is direct effect, indirect effect, and cumulative effects. How your organization is going to be affected by various factors. You should be ready with that report. And you have to compare alternatives. First alternative is better or second alternative is better. You have to be in a position to compare those alternatives. And you have to select preferred option. So whichever is best suited to you, you have to go with that option. Then you have to implement. These are the 8 steps in environmental analysis. Did you understand? No, just a simple example I will tell you. See, you are staying in a hostel. You want to come to college. There are various alternatives. You see, alternate one is on foot you can come. Second option is cycle. Third option is bike. Fourth option is auto. Fifth option is local bus. These are the various alternatives. Suppose on a particular day, your legs are paining. You cannot come on foot. There is no cycle available with you. There is no bike available with you. Some amount is available with you. You can come by auto. So you are ready with various alternatives. Best alternative that suits the day you will implement. Did you understand? Yes, is it clear? These are the steps in environmental analysis. Okay. So environmental forecasting. Forecasting means estimation. See, there are qualitative methods are there, quantitative methods are there. See, qualitative methods, there is no calculation involved. Just psychologically or mentally you are going to understand, that's all. Quantitative methods, you are going to quantify, you are going to tell it in numbers. So qualitative methods, market survey, you will conduct market survey. You will conduct an opinion survey on the customer's idea about your products. Sales force opinion, sales boys or distributors or agents, their opinion you will collect. Life cycle analysis. See, just like human being, products also have life cycle, like birth, maturity, death, growth, maturity. Likewise, phases will be there. You will conduct the analysis. Then nominal group testing you will conduct, and you will generalize it. Then Delphi method is there. Delphi method means you will collect opinions of the.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir,
Yes. Yes. What is the doubt? Yes, what is the doubt that you have? You can say. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So thank you very much, dear students.
Okay,
thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Our
Sir,
time is
tomorrow
up.
same time, no, sir.
No, I will share time also, please. In the afternoon session, I will take. Don't worry about it. Okay. So
Okay,
I will.
okay, sir. Thank you.
I will share. Don't worry. Even if you are late, you can watch it in YouTube. But don't miss.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, dear students. Okay.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.